How you doing, everybody? Welcome back. Stand focused for Jesus. It is approximately 8:31 in the morning. I'm driving, as you see, headed to do a job, one of my cleaning jobs. I just wanted to talk about a few things. What I primarily want to talk about is the power of forgiveness. The power of forgiveness. But before I speak about that, I want to talk a little bit about business. Now, some of you have seen that I started to put out a few videos dealing with business. How to start your own LLC, how to start your own clothing line, videos like that. And these videos are to encourage you to go ahead and jump out there. For those of you who have ideas, for those of you who are just, you're tired of the 9 to 5 and you want to try something different. Those videos are to help you out as much as I can and to ultimately encourage you to go ahead and jump out there. There are many experiences and many lessons that you will learn by starting your own business, by opening up that door. One thing I want to say is that you can't be fearful. I know a lot of you are fearful. You're afraid to mess up. You're afraid to fail. But what I believe, and I believe it's wisdom from the Lord, the failure isn't in you starting your own business and messing up along the way or whatever. The failure is in you never trying. That's what a failure is at. The failure is in you never trying. The failure is in you never walking in faith. That is the failure, not in starting the business and, oh, I made a few mistakes or whatever, blase, blase. Now, what a business is going to do, starting your own business and getting off this 9 to 5, you don't have to do it right away, because some of you, you don't have ideas. You have ideas, but you don't know necessarily what you want to do right now. But you still need to start it. I'm gonna tell you why. But what a business, LLC, C Corp, S Corp, I wouldn't really go the route of nonprofit because that's getting into faith and stuff like that. But there are instances where a person can use it if they know what they're doing. As the Bible says, all things are lawful for me. Not all things are expedient for me. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you're supposed to do it. So use wisdom. Like, just because people are doing Christmas and Easter doesn't mean that you are supposed to just do it. What you do is you use wisdom. And if you get invited to a Easter, let's say Easter dinner or whatever, I know Easter is past, but I'm using Easter as an example. You get invited to an Easter dinner. You have to decide and use wisdom. Is it expedient? Is it going to help gain people and plant seeds? That's when you can use these different things to preach the gospel, because under the law we wouldn't be able to go to an Easter dinner or whatever. Now, I ain't telling you next year to go to Easter, because I ain't telling you that. But use wisdom and the leading of the Holy Spirit, when to move, when to speak, when a door opens. If you know you got a whole bunch of family that you've been preaching to for 10 years and they ain't hearing nothing you're going to say, and they invite you to an Easter dinner, then most likely ain't no reason for you to go, because it's not gonna be fruitful. It's not gonna bring any bear any fruit for you or whatever. You probably won't get in an argument with them. So, in the same thing with the non-profit, there are certain instances where you can use it to your advantage. I will probably never go the route of the non-profit 501c3. And you don't even have to file the papers to have the 501c3 status. You don't have to get in bed with the government like that. They don't tell you that, but it's in their own documents. That's why sometimes it's important to read. And you know, I'm being funny. A lot of times it's important to read, but you don't have to. You don't have to file official paperwork, 501c3, to be a 501c3 nonprofit. I think the stipulations are you got to have so many members or whatever a building, and have and they call you the pastor, and you know, something along those lines. But getting back to what I was talking about, what it's going to do is it's going to give you a whole bunch of free time. That's one of the most beautiful things about being self-employed or working for a corporation, because it's really your corporation unless you got different members and stuff. But at the same time, if you're one of the founding members, then I mean technically it's yours. Well, all corporations started with somebody, but that's just how America works. You see me making a lot of videos, and some of you have wondered, how in the world am I able to do all that? How am I able to work the way that I work, and make ministry videos and take care of a family, and all this is full time? It's because I have the time to do that. I don't have to go to a 9-to-5, what we call a 9-to-5. I have gone to a 9-to-5 since being self-employed because business wasn't jumping like that. So I still have to take care of my family. But that is how I've been able to speak a lot in regards to the gospel, because I have the time to do that. And that is the beauty of being self-employed. You're going to get back your time, in a sense. And when you have that time now more so readily available, then guess what? It gives you more time to do more things for the Lord. And this is really why I want to encourage y'all to start your own business. Start your own LLC. You see, it doesn't cost a lot. Doesn't cost a lot. Now I'm giving y'all this information for free and out of love, because I want to see y'all succeed. I want to see y'all succeed in, it's dark right here. I'm at work, but it's dark. Let's get a little light. I want to see y'all succeed in, man, some light up in here. Maybe I just rolled a window down. Oh, there we go. I want to see y'all succeed in having your time to do more things for the Lord. I know y'all are tired of this system. I know you're tired of this world. You've seen everything going on, but we still have a mission. We still have a purpose. We still must stick to the mission and stick to the purpose of why we are here. And while we are here, we must use wisdom. So I'm encouraging you all to start your LLC, your business, whatever. And earlier I talked about, well, I don't have an idea, Brother King. I don't know what I want to do. You still need to start it. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to tell you why. If you go ahead and start your business, you get legit on paperwork. You get incorporated. You get your EIN number and stuff like that. You open up your bank accounts, which typically it takes $25 for each account. When you do that, then guess what? You're already in the bank. You're in the system, and you start moving money around and stuff like that. Eventually, if you keep doing that without even having an idea, by the time you do have an idea about what you want to do, if you go ahead and build your business credit by starting your LLC or starting your C Corp, S Corp, whatever, opening up your bank account and moving money through your account and stuff like that, and doing other things like getting your business listed with the 411, getting your Dun and Bradstreet profile, stuff like that it doesn't cost. Getting your business telephone number, and a few other things that you have to do. That majority of stuff doesn't cost, either doesn't cost money or doesn't cost a lot of money. Then you get into your net 30s, your net 60s, your net 90s, stuff like that. Then you move up to a different tier. You got different tiers as far as credit. What's going to happen is, because you are doing these different things and you have your business credit profile built, when it comes time that you have an idea, the money will already be there available. Because once you build your business credit or whatnot, it just takes time. It takes time, and yes, it's going to take a little bit of money. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. You can spend more time and then less money, or you can spend more money and less time. I know people that have built business credit in 3 months. Some people have done it in 6 months, 9 months, a year. So again, when you if you do that, then when the time comes when you have an idea, your business is already established, the money is pretty much already there, or you're at least going through the process, so you're right there where you can get $20,000, $40,000, $50,000, $10,000 credit cards. You get your gas cards, your fleet card, for your gas and your repairs and stuff like that. It may be $10,000, it may be $5,000 on that card or whatever. You know, you build yourself up, then you get access to Apple and Walmart and all these different places where they give you lines of credit. Of course, you don't want to go out here and, you know, go crazy or whatever. But now the floodgates have opened up, and once you get access to like Apple and these places, then the rest of them open up. Now you can go higher than that, but that's typically as far as people need to go. And that's the process that I'm going through right now. You know, I researched it like 2 years ago. I've been researching it actually for the last 2 years, but I didn't go that route because I didn't need a LLC for what I was doing during that time. The businesses that I do, they're low risk. They don't really require that corporate veil of protection, as they say. But I'm getting into some other stuff, and I want to do some other things that require that. So that's what I want to tell y'all. Even if you don't have an idea, or you're not sure what you want to do, go ahead and get the business started. Get your business license, stuff like that. Depending on where you're at, it's like $50, maybe $100. Just depends on where you're at. I think it's like 50 or 75 around here. Do that so you can build that business credit, and then you can you have the money there waiting for you, and then you can use the money to pay. You can use the money to pay off some of your personal bills for the year. They don't care what you're doing with the money as long as you pay it back. If you got a $25,000 line of credit, which you don't want the loans are harder to get. You can get lines of credit. You got a $25,000 line of credit, right? Now I have 2 bank accounts. Well, I actually have 6 bank accounts, 6 or 7, for my business. I have one with Wells Fargo, which has, I think, 3, and then I have one with Navy Federal, because that's who I bank with personally. I personally bank with Navy Federal, and I have some bank accounts set up with Navy Federal. So just imagine I built my business credit up. I do what I'm supposed to do. They give me a $25,000 line of credit with Wells Fargo. Navy Federal says we're gonna give you 10. That's $35,000 I have access to, and I can take that money out and get cash. I can get that money. There's ways you can get the money, whatever. Not only do I have those lines of credit, but I have business credit cards. Let's say each one has $5,000. I got one for Wells Fargo, $5,000. Another one from Navy Federal, $5,000. So you got $25,000 line of credit. You got $10,000. That's what? $35,000. You got $5,000 and $5,000. $35,000 plus $5,000, $45,000. I mean, yeah, having $45,000 total to do different things that I can get cash access to, and use that money to branch off to other businesses. Not only do I not have that $45,000 total amount of access credit-wise or whatever, where I can get it cash, but I have my accounts. I have a Walmart account. I have a Apple account. I have a we'll say T-Mobile or whatever. These big boys have an Amazon account where you're able to get stuff from them on credit. You need a new Apple. You need a new iMac computer. Okay, you have a Apple. I think it's an Apple. When Apple approves you, if you go through the process, they may give you $20,000. They may give you $10,000. So you're trying to get a MacBook. I don't know how much a MacBook costs, but a MacBook is like what, a couple thousand, maybe $1,500. You got a $10,000 line of credit. You ain't got to pay it back right then. Of course, you need to pay it. So, boom, all that is right there to your access. And guess what? Everything that you're buying for the business, you get to write it off. So you may not make that much profit, but you get to write all these things off. So let's say you have that, what, $45,000. This is going to be one video. I'm not going to make this into 2 videos. This is going to be one video talking about business. You had that $45,000, right? And then you have your other accounts. You can take that money and you can, in essence, let's stay legal. Let's stay legal. Let's say you have a home-based business, which, if you're in business, majority of us, like myself, you have a home-based business, which is where your business is in your office. You have a business office. You have an office. You have a room that's used for office or whatever. I know I'm talking simple, but I know that there are some people on here who are not familiar with some of the things I'm talking about, so that's why I'm keeping it simplified. I know some of you probably like, well, come on, man. We know these things. You gotta remember, some people don't know these things. So just bear with me. You got a home-based business. Your office is one of your rooms or whatever. So legally, you can write off a portion of your utilities and stuff like that, because you need your utilities and everything to run your business, because you have an office in your home. Again, if you have that $45,000 total that you can get access to, right? You can get cash. You can use it with your card or whatever. You can take a portion of that $45,000 and pay, let's say, the light bill up for the year. So you ain't got to worry about it. You can take that portion of money and pay your cell phone bill up for the year. Why? Because you're going to put your cell phone in your business name. So your cell phone is paid up for the year. Your light bill is paid up for the year. If you do it right, you can pay your rent, because a portion, you can write off a portion of your rent. And if you got somebody that's good, a good CPA, they can do some things and it's all legal. So let's say that you got your light bill paid up for the year, you got your cell phone bill paid up for the year, and you got pretty much a portion of your rent paid up for the year, or you take a portion of that money and you put it aside. And then when the rent is due, then you take it out, that money you put aside, and pay it. The banks don't care. As long as you paying the bank back what you owe them, then that's on you. Let's say you got a car. Your insurance and stuff like that. You can pay these things with that money. for the year. So let's say you use all that money to pay all your bills off for the year. That means you have no bills. And you may still be working a 9 to 5. Now you got no bills for the year and you still got access to all this money. So the money that you're bringing in from your 9 to 5, you can now stack that and tie it with the money that you do have remaining. Boom. It's beautiful. Why would you not want to do that? So these are the benefits of starting a business. So just because you don't have or don't know what you want to do doesn't mean that you shouldn't go ahead and do it. Because the whole point is to get the business credit so you can use the business credit to do what you need to do. Another thing is you can lease a car. What they don't teach you is majority of us, when we get cars, we are already upside down in that car. Now, when I got my wife car, I told y'all how I got my wife car or whatever. It was under a lease. And under the lease, they were running a special where there was no money down and they paid the first month. So I was like, I don't want to do no lease or whatever. But my wife doesn't drive as much as I do. At the end of those 3 years, if you look at your numbers and you do some research, you will have positive equity in that vehicle. Leased vehicles are the vehicles that the dealerships want because they know that the vehicles are capped out at a certain mileage. Now you may be saying, well, I don't want to lease a vehicle. Okay. You got to think from a business perspective. You can lease a vehicle and still have a regular vehicle that you paid off because you used the money that you had, the $45,000, to buy a vehicle for your company. But somebody has to drive the vehicle for the company. So let's say you went to the auction or you bought a car off Craigslist or a truck. You used the business money. It's in the business name. Who owns the business? Maybe it's you. Maybe it's a group of people. Okay. Hopefully it's you. Hopefully you're the CEO. What do? You move that vehicle to a trust. Then you have a beneficiary. Now they can't touch it. It doesn't matter. They can't touch it. They can't touch it. This is they've been doing this. It's legal. They accumulate the assets in the corporation, and then they move the assets to the a trust, and a trust pretty much can't be touched if you do it right. So they only are getting the assets back, but use the corporation to get the assets. That's how they get all these properties and stuff like that. They end up putting it in a trust, and end up ultimately owning it, but never using their own money. I can't be mad at them. It's smart. They just use the system to their advantage. We know the system was primarily set up for them. I'm not just talking about white folks or whatever. The wicked. But yeah, if you are leasing a vehicle right before your 3 years is up, you can legally sell that vehicle. Like when my wife's lease is up or almost up, like a month before or 2 months before, I go get the vehicle appraised or whatever. And because I have positive equity in it, because I looked at the numbers and stuff like that, I can sell that vehicle. And what's going to happen is the person that's buying that car, they're going to pay the vehicle off, and then the difference I'm going to get a check for. So I may have $1,000 or $2,000 of positive equity in that vehicle, and it also helped build my credit or whatever. Now the next vehicle I get, it's going to be leased, but I'm going to lease it in my corporation name. The vehicle my wife have, it's in my name, which is, you know, that's good because it's also going to help build my credit too, and get my credit where I needed to be. So if I need to be a personal guarantor on my corporation in signing for a vehicle, then my credit score is where it needs to be at. But guess what? If you're leasing a vehicle under your corporation name, you can write it off. You got to put gas in there with your gas card that you're eventually going to get. You can write it off. Even if you're putting gas in there personally out your own money, you can write it off. Your vehicle has to have insurance under your corporation. You can write it off. So you end up riding around for free. You can go to a car rental place and you can open up a corporate account. And corporate accounts under car rental places, they get better rates. So you can go here and you can pretty much rent or lease a car from a car rental place and pay it off for 6 months or for a year, because remember, you got the money already. Now mind you, this is still with you working a 9 to 5. You can do all this while you're still working your regular job and using the money from your regular job to put into your business accounts, because they want to see you doing business. Like, oh, they're doing stuff, they got expenses, they're paying for this, they're paying for that, or whatever. That's the name of the game. But yeah, I hope this encourage somebody to go ahead and say, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. If you don't know how to start your own LLC, I got a video on that. I think I got 2 videos on it. How, why, and should you start your own LLC? And then I got a video after that that shows you how I did it. There are many ways you can do it, but I just showed you the way I did it. It's simple. I was rolling in less than a week. And yeah, I'm just encouraging y'all to get out here and use the system to your advantage. Nothing that we are doing is illegal. These are laws that they put in place. These are things that they have been doing for the longest. Now it's time for us to use it for our advantage. Because guess what? If I have $45,000 in business credit, I can take $2,000 and I can buy $2,000 worth of gospel material to spread the gospel. I can take $2,000 and buy $2,000 worth of Bibles. I can take that $2,000 and I can use it toward marketing, advertising, because I do advertising on Facebook, which y'all slipping on that. That pays off because it's bearing fruit even while you sleep. That's what you call wisdom, and you have to use the wisdom that God gives you. Like, how can I reach people that regularly couldn't reach, but yet still reach them while I'm doing other stuff? Make a YouTube video. It's going to reach pretty much almost anybody at any time. Advertising on Facebook. Advertising with Google Ads. Use these things to your advantage. Oh, by the way, when you use the money to pay off your bills, right? Your business bills, right? The payment that you're gonna have to pay back isn't gonna be that high. So let's say you paid all your bills off and your bills accumulated to $2,000 a month. I'm just gonna throw a number out there. I could have said 1,000, but I'm gonna say $2,000 a month, right? What you're gonna owe back on your credit card and your business line of credit isn't gonna equal to $2,000 a month. It may equal to $500 a month, right? Just throwing a number out there. I don't know, because I haven't reached that point yet. I just been sitting on it and I haven't done anything with it. But now I'm making these moves, and I'm encouraging y'all to make these moves. But guess what? Like I said, if you had $2,000 in bills and you use your business money to pay your bills up for the year, you still have to pay that money, right? Your credit card payments and your business line of credit that you have to pay on a monthly basis isn't going to equal $2,000. It may be $400. It may be $500. It may be $1,000. You're still paying less than what you were paying when you were paying all your bills on a monthly basis. So you're still benefiting. You're still keeping $1,000 in your pocket. I feel bad because I should have been doing this. Because I waffled back and forth. I was like, do I want to? I don't want to. Do I want to? I don't want to. I don't want to do all this paperwork. Blase, blase. I don't really need it, but I want to do this. And I just got to the point. I said I got to, because there are too many other things I have in motion that I'm working on, that I got to have this. I got to. I have to have the LLC, especially with dealing with real estate. Me and my wife were getting into wholesaling, stuff like that. My passion is cars. That's my hobby. So I'm looking at some different things with that. I got some apps, some ideas for some apps, different things that it just requires that status, corporation status or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Y'all got any questions, you can hit me up on my business line, 706-705-0035, 706-705-0035. It's gonna say Heaven to Earth Services, but you just dial my extension. It says everything. And then, then we can speak on the spiritual level, we can speak about business. Man, you just want to, yell at me for whatever reason, hey, I'll let you yell at me for a little bit, then I'm going to get off the phone because I got stuff to do. I still love you. But, yeah, God bless each and every one of you in Jesus Christ's name. As always, stay focused for Jesus. And let's redeem the time, because the days are short, as the Bible says. Redeem the time, for the days are short. God bless each and every one of you.